They are going to need this pistol. It's Nerds with the dual Berettas. You see this a lot. He'll probably be playing towards the boiler room, or Banana will see where he's heading towards. And it is going to be the former, I assume, with Crucial there. And we have got the P250 for Zywoo. Star players seem to be given that by default these days.
Yeah, look, a lot more chopping and changing of who's going to get what, right? In certain rounds, especially with a little bit cheaper FAMAS. Even in the second rounds of play, when the CTs maybe go for a save round on the CT side, you keep that armor, you get a FAMAS out, and looking pretty good for the second round. But we are just in the posturing stages of the pistol, the feeling each other out. The dating stage of this round is nothing really to report within the first 30+ seconds of this one.
Absolutely not, but Zywoo boosted up towards half wall here. Kiabi forward facing at the sandbags, quite committed, and he'll commit with the kill. That's actually quite nice. They need to get out of there now.
Yeah, they do. And one of the qualms was, oh, maybe being isolated, but Nerds has been isolated. Not expecting that. Dupree silently up and behind. And, oh, that is quite the shot from Crucial. Mid-air, Spinx's drop the jewel. He's now in the hands of Dupree. Can't get anything done. And Crucial might just be locking this one down on his own.
He is delivering on all fronts here. Still on the bomb site. Not Molotov out, but they seem to know he's there. Can he get another? He absolutely can. Major surely doesn't have a shout in this one. Gets the double kill with the Berettas there. But Endpoint, they come out on top. It's Kiabi opening things up, taking Zywoo down. Remember, had that P250 armor combo, and Crucial holds his nerve once again. He is delivering in this series. A must-win pistol. They deliver, but with no plant down, there is going to be a force buy from Vitality in response. Here's that first shot from Crucial. Manages to get the second towards a balcony position as well. And you can see Dupree tries to bait him out, but still manages to convert the kill. That's a massive round.
And what's important there is he's on an island, right? Because he was with Nerds. Nerds dies, it's Crucial on his own. If he goes down without both of those kills, they likely lose the site, and it's a very hard retake.
And he gets the third and denies the plant as well. Bear that in mind. They probably still win if Crucial died at that point, but he managed to deny the plant, force their hand, and force their buy. The Tech-9s, the Deagles, they're fully invested here. Crucial has the M4. Will they be checking the cubby? It's a messy exchange, but the CTs are coming out on top. They've done significant damage, even more so now to Mages. And this force buy hasn't really done much at all for Vitality.
Yeah, would have loved an extra kill here, all that bomb going down. So standing tall now, and a chance for Endpoint to breathe. So 2-0 out the gates, and a better start already than what we had in that first map of play. For Vitality, it very likely right now to see them just go down to a couple of upgraded pistols, Deagles, P250s, but there won't be any armor behind it, and Utah will also be lacking in that department. So right now for Endpoint, if they really want to start this half as strong as they hope to go on, this is the type of round where you don't want to take more than 1 or 2 casualties, see if you can avoid them getting the bomb down, and then from there, maybe you can hold on to a couple of these more cheeky weapons and have them flow with ramifications into future rounds.
Deadly grenade there. A ton of damage inflicted towards Vitality. Courtesy of Crucial, I believe, and you're absolutely dead on. The thing is, you know you're against the Deagles as well. Sure, get some map control, dig your feet in, but at this point, you can't give up too many kills, especially a rifle. Handing that over could be an absolute disaster. So, full control Banana for now, but that expends quite a lot of utility. You will have to fall back eventually, but the MP9 is tucked in.
Well, these type of rounds, especially during Pro League, where we go for 4 weeks before we get to the serious business of the finals there, these type of rounds, right, are extremely popular with teams on the T side of just sitting back and milking out all the utility these days. But I wanted to have the fun idea, and unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to do it this time round. But in that we do something a little bit crazy and out of the box in these rounds, like see how many marshmallows we can stuff in our mouth before someone dies in a round like this. Because their entire intention right now, everybody, is to waste time, right? Because the time puts pressure on Endpoint.
You're right, you're going to bleed out all of those grenades. And it does rack up, like a full set of utility cost north of $1,000. So if you can bleed everyone's out and just waste time and they have to protect themselves, they can throw these flashes, and sure, they're going to get the kills eventually, but they'll kill each other for you as well.
Yeah, that's helpful too.
Just wait.
Don't normally sign up for that one, but enough time and they have to shoot someone.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's actually a 4-on-3. I don't think we'll see many more kills here. Kiabi maybe a little bit overcommitted here. He has got some backup towards the pit, but it's absolutely fine. Good spray down, confidence building, kills there, and recovers a Desert Eagle, and only one player goes down. That's totally fine. About what you'd expect.
Prepping the shake there as well.
Exactly, getting it warmed up.
Just prepping the shake. Okay, well, this is the dream start.
Yeah, couldn't be better for them. Considering the frustration we saw on Vitality, sure, Endpoint didn't win the first map, but they'll definitely take some of that momentum into the second here, and they've absolutely capitalized upon it. 5 rifles, albeit one of them being the FAMAS. It's in the hands of Mighty Max. They've got plenty of cash, though, Chad, so trying to keep the coffers full. And a bit of a default start here from the T side.
Even shaky throwing the nades there from Kiabi.
Yeah, why not? Put a bit of spin on there.
Yeah, and actually got a bit of damage done as well. So getting some of the members right now of Vitality on notice with some flak damage. Apex, Zywoo, and Spinks all copping a bit of damage here early on in the start of this round, but they do have control of Boiler quickly. This looks like it might be a pop and go. Smoke towards long, you'd expect a flash from middle, and out he comes. Apex has single-handedly secured top mid control. They're turning the screws here, aren't they?
They really are, and you can see it's a nice crossfire here from the CTs, but is it enough?
It's so quick. I don't think they're ready for this, Henry.
Well, the FAMAS as well in the pit is not an ideal weapon for a big spray down. Great job from Spinks as you would expect. It's up to Kiabi. Mighty Max trying to provide the covering fire as well, and they are buying some time here. The rotations can come through, but only just starting to rotate his nerds. Good flashbang to bounce off the door towards short, and they're not exactly committing just yet. Spinks finds an entry point, but he also finds a bullet to the skull. Great job from Mighty Max, and Kiabi's still with him.
Okay, well, two of them have to be dealt with now and up and over. Apex is looking for a little bit more in a round like this. The bomb will get planted in the meantime, and Apex just drops down behind them. The silent assassin with 2 massive kills, make it 3. Apex lighting up the server and knocking Endpoint out. That's going to be the first.
That was very nice.
That was
very
beautiful
controlled,
play.
wasn't it? Like he knew exactly what was happening there. That third kill as well, that was quite special. And to be fair to Endpoint, they did very well to even get to that point where they were still alive in the round. The bomb was going down, but they still had 2 players in towards the pit, but the timing eludes them. Apex threads the needle to perfection, and it will be Surreal saving the M4. But as we mentioned, money pretty decent, and the CT cam, sure it's 3-1, but still pretty not the most comfortable round for Vitality.
Surreal drops for nerds and everything's fine.
Absolutely.
Right? That's the only drama they have, and everything else is pretty good. And if you want to get Crucial the AWP, you can.
Exactly. Mighty Max has $7,000, so that's an option, and he was looking very good.
Very happy there, Apex. Look at the coach of fist bump. He's happy with this one, and understandably so.
Perfect play.
Yeah, and he didn't make any foot faults. That's a very awkward situation where maybe you flub the jump, you accidentally make it. Was he on the ground when he didn't want to make a footstep there, did he?
He didn't want to make a footstep, so he thought, I'll just clothesline him before he even comes out. You can see
he's
the frustration.
Expecting Max to be watching it.
Exactly, right. Yeah. So he's looking at him, he's like, oh, bro.
Yeah, what happened?
But he had 2 HP, so Max is just playing very defensively, unfortunately. So, the AWP does come out. Crucial has looked fantastic, but so has Zywoo. 38 kills in that first map, but he is burning alive, though. Down 40 HP, but still manages to get through. Can the CTs retreat? If they can, that'd be fantastic. Do not go down here, Nuts. Need you to stay alive. And he does. Doesn't even take a lick of damage there.
Residual utility for the CTs over towards spawn as well. You can see an incendiary on the radar on the top left that they might be able to go and scoop up. So it's a question of if. Crucial.
There it is, Crucial.
Oh. Stepping on out, and Spinks grabs 2 of his own. So continuing the back and forth nature of all of this, the round's kind of been turned on its head here.
Beautiful stuff here. We are seeing these rifles go toe-to-toe, and Endpoint are keeping up. It has to be said, they have the man advantage at this point. There's still a minute on the clock, plenty to work with for Vitality. Spinks, though, down to 32 HP, but might not matter if they run into Crucial first, but he's been hitting almost every shot he's presented with, and once again, continues to deliver. Doesn't close out the round just yet, and this is certainly winnable for Apex, who had a fantastic showing a couple of rounds ago, but CTs could be playing this very well. They push through the smoke together. There'll be opportune timing, but they are smoked out again. The double lineup is coming through. You could see it as soon as that smoke comes in. They were hoping for the fadeaway. It doesn't work out. They're left with the gray screens and couldn't recover.
I'm curious if he heard the sound cue, because the smoke, I think, hit one of the CTs as well.
Yeah, but
so he might have just noted, oh, there's someone in the smoke, peered back and couldn't believe his eyes, because the double up of Spinks was great, but it's the Apex back-to-back rounds of impact that have just sent Endpoint down towards pistols here.
So difficult to trade as well, as the comms will be sloppy then. You're in grey screen as well. You're coming through, and a round that looked like they had it in the bag. Oh, it's a gutting one. Got to feel for the boys there. Didn't necessarily do anything wrong, just very unfortunate that Apex had that second smoke and it hit one of their players.
Yeah, and I was noting just the way that Vitality were taking top banana control there. That's a frustrating one, right? It's one that you feel, actually in both of the
It's such a massive round. The fact they send you down to Eco, it would have put you in a 4-1 position on the CT side of Inferno when you had momentum behind you as well from that first map. Yeah, you hate to see it. It's another amazing play from Apex. Let's not take anything away. He still played it to perfection, manages to get the double kill. The lineup comes through. It's a huge round and could have a tremendous knock-on effect here. The consequences could be dire for Endpoint.
They might have been expecting a bit of utility here, because Vitality, that smoke and banana is one of their own design, right? The Molotov at the top, the early one, and then that smoke is trying to help Magix get his banana control here.
This is an old one.
Yeah, they did love stacking these USPs together. That's the only way back in the day to get any kills on a round like this. You didn't have an option. You were like, well, what do we do? We only have USPs. P250s didn't exist, right? What was it? Was Deagle, USP, or Glock?
Yep, there are other pistols available, but you just didn't use them. Yeah, the compact,
Julies?
exactly. Yeah, Julie's compact. I think that was it. But they were never used. Like we never used the
compact is now the P250.
We maybe used the MP5 and like anti-ecos.
Yes.
That was about it. The Galil wasn't too prevalent, but was still about the same as what it is now.
Never used the ump.
No, the ump was never brought out, although it has died a slow death in CSGO.
True.
You don't really see it these much. Or the MP7 as well, it's gone.
The Famous got a lot more work.
It works out.
Well, not a kill, but a lot of information. I'm looking on the bright side right now for Vitality, and I'm sure Dupree is as well. You can see he's getting a bit frustrated over there on Vertigo, so he'll be happy with any kills he can find, and Apex will be very happy with that one. Straight through the smoke, beams down the max. And 3-3, the score is going to be tied up very, very shortly. Now, I know that we like hashtags here at ESL Pro League.
Okay.
I always wanted to start a mailbag where people would genuinely send things in. Like we had a PO box, then we get people to be creative.
As long as you actually had a secure location for it, it was all good.
I'm not giving out my home address.
Exactly.
I'm not saying
here's my home address, lads. Send it in.
My social security number is.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea, considering we're out here for so long. I will say the Maltese postal service not known to be the quickest. So
yeah, send it before the season.
Get it going quickly.
It's just when you're on an island in the middle of the sea, mate. Things aren't going to get. Well, actually, I tell a lie. Ordered something from Amazon the other day. Came in 36 hours.
Was it an air fryer?
No, well, actually, the air fryer did come in 36 hours. It was. That
was your birthday gift to me, very kind one, and I've been using it every day ever since. It's a revelation in my life. Who would have thought?
Every dude should have an air fryer. Actually, every human should have an air fryer. Just make your life nice and quick. Just whack the chicken and bang, you're done.
Removed takeaways from my life. I'm just having clean air fried meals. It feels good, man.
Reformed by the air fryer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's changed my life. And
that's a testimonial right there. Get that on the side of the air fryer. It changed my life.
For the better, just to be clear. And we'll see whether Endpoint can find a better situation going into round number 7. They don't have any helmets, not a problem against the AK-47s, but those are where the concessions have been made. Utility not the best, but Crucial has that AWP. God, man, imagine they got that 4-1 start. They would be absolutely flying right now. But here come the grenades, and Nerds takes a lot of damage, and Zywu seems to be one step ahead of him. He seems to know exactly where he is. Can't quite find the kill. Nerds will be traded out almost certainly by Apex, but I dare say a trade could come through. 4-on-4 for now. Heavy damage inflicted, but still Banana control granted.
And they're very split right now, Vitality. Yeah. You can see here they had 2 players top Banana, 2 players over towards second mid. But with this, the defense has had to rejig. Crucial now over towards B with the AWP, trying to back up Surreal, and they're both going to tuck in towards the site. Right now, if the bomb continues to make its way at Banana and the cavalry arrives to help Apex, it's likely to be a B hit, so this will be a good setup.
So...
Oh, it's a fake. Surely it's a fake. Front side smoke is giving Apex some room. Max has found Spinks on the other side of things.
Love that spot.
They have to go B now.
They have to, you're right, yeah. The fake is turned into the full commitment, actually. So, frontside smoke, Apex will follow it up with the CT spawn. Molotov towards the coffins, hoping to dispatch of Surreal, but he plays in front of him. He's happy to fight. He wants to take the attention away from Crucial. The AWP, that might be enough, you know. We'll see.
Well, they're waiting for Dupree, right? They're waiting for him to come around through spawn. But the smoke's going to start to fade. And he's just going to worry about the rotation. If they don't flush Crucial out, he could win the round. A bit of a miss there on the fade. Crucial needs to get it done. He's pinned in. Under all the pressure right now is Crucial. The rotation's coming, but it's not going to get hit quick enough. Jumping in the face. Crucial can't hit the no-scope. Apex continuing to hit shots.
That was the one.
Apex has been a beast.
He really has been. And another new in-game leader, I say new, another in-game leader that's kind of transitioned recently, I suppose, has been going strength to strength. It hasn't affected his fragging ability. As you can see in this series, he's looked coordinated and composed.
There was moments, right, and this is with Masuda on the roster, or even if you'd go back to with Kyojin and Shox before they made the big change. Apex was in a lot of positions where he was finding some key impact, right? And sure, it's not every game, right? But it's very difficult because people expect in-game leaders at the moment to frag like they're a regular player. But in some games, the puzzle is harder to solve than in other games.
Sure.
And when things are going as you plan as an in-game leader and everything's working, that's when you actually get to focus on your crosshair. Because, you know, you've called the strat and everybody's done their job and your part of the strat gets to work as well. And of course, they can find traction and a bit of action, but it's not always guaranteed. It's the same with entry fraggers, right? You might be having to give your life over in certain situations. Other situations, your teammate's flash is perfect, the smoke is perfect, and you can get all the space and find that kill, but that was massive, that shot towards Coffins.
That vital kill there from Crucial. He spots Dupree in CT spawn. If he gets that kill, I dare say, he pushes the T's back. They might give him a bit more respect. But as soon as that miss comes in, they have to swarm him, and it's the right call. He can't hit the no-scope, as you mentioned, and it might be another timeout here. Raging trying to grab the reins and see whether they can work something out with this AK-47 and the M4 save. They've only got about $3,000 per player. Early on in this map, I don't think it's worth a full investment here. Some deagles around it would be absolutely fine. There's still a chance to win the round. It's Mighty Max with the AK-47. Kiabi with the silenced M4, but Vitality, their money's starting to get to a very strong position.
Even if they wanted to juggle a little bit of utility here, right? Like, sure, get Nerds to get a smoke, the same with Surreal, but maybe drop them the flashes so you can set these rifles up with pigs. But
that's a good point.
Looks like they're going to send both the rifles to defend A and the pistol stack over towards B within the early stages. A deep nade is just going to do a little bit of softening up. Significant
as well, because that means now one bullet from the M4 will take Apex down. Just a little note there. And Kiabi, great opening frag towards the bedroom position. Spinks is dropped, a key scalp to take. And they get to fade away as well. Not bad at all. They can go back into the turtle setup, maybe send one of those rifles back towards B. And that seems to be the case. Kiabi's coming through Speedway.
When they have the quandary of, do we want to block them with these smokes towards B, or do we want to hope that they come into the stack where the lion's share of our defenders are? And we'll see the response here.
True.
Because Zywu's going to smoke spawn.
You don't want to scare them off almost.
Exactly.
You want to bluff it, don't you?
It feels like a positive, oh, we can deny them, but hold up.
You actually kind of want them to commit. And here they come. The Woo. Trying to find that first kill. I dare say he will towards Crucial. Completely flashed in the corner. And it will be Surreal, the Desert Eagle. It's starting to crumble here. Nerds has to find at least one. All the hard work at the start of the round is in vain. They will only find themselves one single frag. Mighty Max, no choice but to save the AK-47 towards the A site. So once again, well read, well positioned, just didn't really have the firepower to fight back there. The Desert Eagle was completely flashed off. Maybe some stronger crossfires could have been established. That boost position's obviously going to be a pre-fire, but still, Zywu coming in, chances are he's going to take your head off wherever you go.
Maybe they should have blocked them.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps.
In hindsight, being 2020,
taking that vision away, but still, always a difficult round. Vitality, very nice. You have to say as well, they handled it very well, hit their shots, and that's the end of that.
In moments like this is where we need the Twitch chat admins, or mods, I think they're called, to put polls up and be like, will Mighty Max save this AK? Because the breeze coming. I'd love to see what the people at home think. I think no. And I was right.
You're dead on. How's he do it? And 5-3 now, and after winning the pistol and finding that 3-0, Endpoint once again starting to find themselves in hot water. It doesn't feel good. We're going to see Majors there, completely blind, but recovers through the smoke. Will get Surreal, and pretty clean finish towards a B bomb site. Apex continues to leap around the map, vaulting up to find those kills. Looking very strong indeed, and that is the case across the board for Vitality. This is their pick, bear in mind, after winning Vertigo. That's why they're starting on the T side here. And Endpoint are happy to play heads-up CS towards the sandbags here. They're willing to fight, and they're coming out on top in a lot of them. But another interesting boost. Majors is looking above the smoke as the CTs peel off.
But this is the thing with modern day CS, right, is you need an answer for almost everything that comes your way.
Right.
And the decision needs to be made immediately, right? There's no time for an input on like, hey, like this boost. That when they see that smoke, Zonic sat them down in their classroom and said, boys, this is how we're going to respond to exactly this smoke. And look, it's helped them keep a little bit of vision and more boosts ahead, as that one was a little bit premature from just on the jump.
So do they try and re-aggress here, establish some control once more? The smoke comes down from the B side, pits towards half wall just to try and segregate the Ts. Anyone in front of it, maybe get a flash kill, but if anything, it might have worked. By design, is falling or pushing the Ts back towards the A bomb side. They still have Majors can Zai with that, but the bomb being recovered, I dare say they can still fully execute.
Yeah, it's such a mystery, right? Because the smoke that the Ts threw out there to at least flirt with the idea that we still have top banana control, the flash forward later definitely confirms that. And Crucial, can he find some impact here?
Deep breath. Flashed off, doesn't let his presence be known though. There's a kill, Chad. Yeah, hate to see that.
You don't love to see it, especially Endpoint fans out there. It's a hard one to watch. And not a hard shot to hit. Back turn, sure, but Apex is just mauling them now. Walters on in, Dupree's grabbed another. Let's call it 6, shall we?
It was on a silver platter. All he had to do was pick it up, and it happens, of course, in the back, sometimes the hardest shots, but he was walking there. Should be nailing that one, unfortunately, right in the back. anywhere on the body would have done.
That's the thing. With the pistols, I can start making an excuse because you're aiming for the head. But with the AWP, right, and I understand he was in the open. He could have he had to worry about mid
He just overthought it, perhaps. He went for a little flick when he didn't have to. He took even his time. That's why I was surprised. I was like, oh, here comes the kill. He's taking his time, but still somehow didn't connect. Unfortunate. He's had a great series so far, but that could be one of the rounds that really cost him. I'm not sure that kill would have secured the round, but still, it doesn't look good.
It definitely could have been a difference maker, but who's to know? As Dupree, he's going to be bested by Nert. Surreal will defend his honor as well, and they retain a couple of weapons. So on the bright side is how we look at things for Endpoint.
Maximum loss bonus again, 2 M4s. They can bring in some Deagles here. Are we going to get a look at the moment?
We got it from Apex's perspective.
Okay,
so
right.
The funny thing there is Apex is still juggling utility in the bomb around as the shot gets made, and then he just swings out and kills him. So when Crucial watches that back, it's not like the guy was even ready for that. He just kind of walked into a fortunate timing there.
Absolutely. As mentioned, here come the Desert Eagles. No armor around them, looking for that full buy. Don't see many double AWP setups these days in Inferno. Maybe it could be...
Thank God.
Yeah, it worked for about 6 months back in the day, but you definitely don't see it too often. And looking more and more comfortable here. Sun to stretch their legs out once more, like we saw in the first half of Vertigo.
Yes, indeed.
We definitely saw them drop off, but here comes Nerds and Crucial once again. Crucial with the Desert Eagle sitting in the smoke. Might be able to steal a kill away, but you can't imagine it leads to much more. They're actually leaving as well? No.
Imagine. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Crucial. How many are you going to get here? 1?
Yeah, that's the thing. Even if he gets 1, it means almost nothing. Like, sure, it's frustrating. He denies the plan, but it will be going down again. Your teammate has to save the M4. Probably gets this kill, which he does. Converts, gets the AK-47.
I do have a hashtag that people at home can use.
All right.
So if you're listening right now and you're interested in making a couple of tweets, we're going to have a segment of the show in the future called Hot Takes. And I want you at home to use the hashtag EPL Hot Takes on Twitter with your hot take. And if your hot take is hot enough, it might get featured. Yanko, Kassad, we've obviously got Maui, Blair. They might have some contrasting opinions to your hot takes, and they might give you a bit of a talking to in certain situations.
I've got a question for you, Chad. You're known for your prop work for other years. It's day 1. I know you don't want to expend everything you've got in the tank, but can we expect props this season from Chad?
100%.
Okay.
I'll bring a prop tomorrow.
Okay. Excellent news. That's one reason to tune in right there. I don't even want to know what it is. I want to be surprised as well.
It'll be themed.
Am I going to be dressing up with you? Is that going to be the case?
No, tomorrow maybe not necessary, but we'll be. I have seen a couple things around the hotel that have definitely got my interest. So there will be some surprises at certain points throughout.
I can't wait for that. Zyru can't wait to finish this one off. Let's see a smile on Crucial's face there at least.
Yeah, I think he's just happy with the cheekiness of that kill.
Yeah. So then, a full buy, no double AWP as expected, but Crucial back on the AWP. Couple of rough sequences here. 7-3 down on the map. Pick a Vitality wide on the T side of Inferno. You don't feel too confident about the chances of Endpoint, but they managed to come back before. They can give us a good, exciting showing, some big clutches, some moments where the teamwork is stellar. No one's necessarily expecting them to win this series, but keeping their heads held high is more than enough for me. Being competitive, and this fledgling roster will be pushing towards Banana. Unfortunately, spammed down as Surreal tried to make a play.
Yeah, with that utility set, they're really forcing Surreal into only one tiny line of sight.
Yeah. And
he was funneled directly into it. So without their own utility, flash forward is Zywu. With the Banana entry fragger here. Had an opportunity. Nert's showing us that he is indeed sharp.
He's decent in that sandbags position. He seems to be winning most of the heads-up duels, I'll say that much. That's Zywu down again, who's currently on 3 kills and 8 deaths. He hasn't had to go 38 and 2, whatever it was.
And that's a good sign, right? Because you think if Zywu has to drop almost 40 kills in a map for them to win against Endpoint, you have a couple of issues there, right? Apex is the one who's been having a great time so far. He's leading the scoreboard by quite a significant margin here.
Here comes Crucial once again with the AWP, but it's going to be Dupree answering back in kind, and It's another 3-on-3, so any advantage they get is quickly snatched away. Nerds in a difficult spot, but trying to bait in his teammate. It's all about Mighty Max. We need to see at least one kill from him here. There it is. And Apex can't really swing chat. His HP is too low, but his teammate will be going down. They know exactly where Max is. Pre-fire's coming through. Apex waiting for the backup there. That's really a nice counter-strike. Just making sure the comms are good, and there's no chance Max can get more than one kill. He actually got 0, and crucial on the retake. AWP, not an AWP's map, and we'll see whether he can hold on. It had to be a kill there. And, oh, there it is. A chance now.
Will he consider Spinks? Look at this, up towards the graveyard. A one-on-one up on the scooter where he could mount. Not even going to consider it, but Spinks, he's missed the shot. He's given Crucial a chance here, and the no-scope close between the legs. The Glock comes out, and the round snatched away.
Absolutely. I thought, considering he was given that chance and spots him, maybe he pulls off another clutch here. It would have been another 2-on-1 in Crucial's favor, but the bullet narrowly misses out. Another quick scope that doesn't quite land, and it's such an important round. Maybe there was a chance, but like we said, great CS here, trying to find Mighty Max. Yeah, just waiting for your high HP player, Spinks to come in, provide that covering fire. You keep 2 players alive, no one panicked, and it's very unfortunate for Crucial. I do feel from this half.
I imagine there's not a lot of conversation in that moment between Apex and Spinks either, just noting where the player is, and Apex very heads-up Counter-Strike just to make sure that Max was
contained, right?
Yeah, keeping the crosshair low, because then Spinks could come in from the back. It was really nice, and that's the details that you love to see.
Very disciplined, there's great CS there, and you're right, the communication was tip-top. So, partial buy, and if you're just joining us, Endpoint did win the pistol, get the follow-up conversion round, and it has been 8 in a row for Vitality. But to be clear, they were 10-1 up on Vertigo as well, and we got to double digits. So unfortunately, Endpoint are on the CT side this time, where you'd expect them to do most of their work and post most of their rounds.
Yeah, the unfortunate truth of the matter.
Yeah. So 2 smokes remaining. Like, these rounds can work out. Like, don't completely discount them. They've got armor and Kevlar, another stack here. Apex only gets the 1, but should be traded out here, and unfortunately that's going to be a 3-on-2 advantage towards Vitality. Nert and Kiabi nowhere to be seen. Tucked away in the apartment is the Dane. We'll have Nerds just holding towards B for any flankers in the mix.
Well, I'm going to just have a quick little look through, because there's already some people tweeting using the hashtag EPL Hot Takes here.
Okay.
So,
any good ones?
One from a gentleman called Henza44.
Okay.
He says OG will finish the year higher ranked on HLTV than G2.
Dude, I'm a big OG fan, although that last part of it is a seriously hot take. They are a great team, and they are establishing themselves as a real powerhouse. I think that is in that period right now where people weren't paying as much attention to them as they maybe should have done. I would love the Counter-Strike they're putting down right now. They look excellent. But whether they can finish the year as they've started it, who knows? But don't hate that take.
What else we got here? When Apex is in the zone, he's impactful as the Z and simple. That is a hot take from Michael. Oh, okay. He's not actually Michael Jordan. I was going to say we got Michael Jordan tweeting us here, but that is a hot take. I'm sure Yanko and Kasab would love to get stuck into that one.
Oof. Well, AK-47 salvaged at least. They started off with Desert Eagles. They managed to take 2 AKs, 9-3 down. Starting to get to that danger zone point where you feel like they might not be able to recover this one, but you're crucial. AK-47's around. Here's a look at the stack with the Deagles. Like I said, traded out cleanly by Vitality. Not the flashiest round for them, but still never a chance of them losing it. So you can see that they're quite calm and composed over there.
How does it look?
Hold on.
Yeah,
maybe a bit of frustration.
I guess it's what you said though, right? It's like that they know they're going to own these guys, and they're just the little details are bothering them. Like it's like, why has he done that for? You know, you're winning, you're owning him, but you're getting a little bit frustrated about some of these key details here. Oh, going to be mollied out of position is Zai. We'll have to relocate. Magisk has just taken down Nerds clean through the smoke. So
that's the worst kill to receive. You're just like, bro, how do you do me that dirty?
It's
through
not
the
fair.
smoke, through the car. I say car. It's no car there
we still
anymore.
do call it car, don't we? There hasn't been a car park there for many a year.
Good shot. Okay, Zaiwu maybe being a little bit ambitious at his walking into the B-bomb side, but he will be punished.
Well, let's see if they try and pressure Arch side now, because they know that the AWP was towards B. So if they wanted to smoke off the long side and try and apply some pressure there, they definitely could. The rotation won't come out from Crucial. It's actually Surreal who's going to make his way around the world towards CT spawn. And it's Kirby in pit. Dink onto Apex here. Is going to drop the defensive smoke, but there's more to come. Plenty of utility barreling his way with 50 seconds on the clock. They do not have to full commit. They park Spinks up towards the end of the halls. They'll juggle some util back as well. And they still have the presence top banana of Magisk right now. So the map is still the oyster for Vitality. Where do they want to finish?
It looks like the A bomb site. They're setting up for a lurk smoke here in the apartments, and maybe just a full quad execution. We have got the bomb on the back of dupreeh. He's in toward the aforementioned apartments here. Here comes the smoke. There'll be a flashbang off the chimney, and there's a really powerful flasher about to throw from middle as well. This absolutely wrecks everyone. Here they come, and you can see Kiabi trying to duck and weave. That's the flash from middle I was talking about, but still, Mighty Max, he manages to avert his gaze and stay alive once again in this pit position, takes down the low HP player. 2 versus 1, 9 seconds remaining. They should have done enough here, and their first gun round has been posted. Never too late to try and get the last few rounds. They did it on Vertigo, got 4 in a row towards the end. They wanted to get 3 in a row here to get a 9-6 half, which still is playable.
A bit of a bookend team.
Yeah,
they seem in the beginning and they're in the end. So let's see if they can stay true to form. Enough there to secure the round. Moments where it could have seemed a little bit dicey. But well handled from this pit defense. Max with a double up. And Surreal staying contained for the final frag. Back in with the buy. Defensive half-wall molly there from Nerves. The extinguish not quite removing the flames, but towards Banana they don't have to go within these early stages, trying not to sustain too much damage.
So, the dwindling moments of the first half. Another slow-paced round for Vitality, leaving the bomb back towards spawn, just trying to establish that banana control. And it's ZywOo having a pretty quiet performance here. They haven't really needed them to really go off, 3 and 9. But in terms of the setup here, once again, Nerds and Surreal getting aggro, trying to get back into that sandbags position. Good grenade, should be able to do a little bit of damage here, quite significant towards Mages. And like we said, now you've taken him down to sub 80 health. Those dinks will actually be a one-shot kill. It's very important. Good flash, and they're willing to fight this. Whether it's the right play is yet to be seen. Good smoke, and they've established full control. With 45 seconds, it could be enough to dissuade them.
That's a nice late top and under retake.
Absolutely.
Here. But if there's a half-wall flash and they come through, if both fall over without a fight, the round is basically done. This is, yeah, well-timed utility usage, but the thing is that's going to subside with about 25 seconds left, and they are stuck to their guns going B. So it's about to go down top Banana.
Okay, Surreal trying to turn from the flash. Nerds needs to deliver with the first kill. Once again, takes down ZywOo. This is looking very good, but can they hold on? Apparently not. 20 seconds remain.
They should be in.
They should be in. That's the full B defense completely taken down. The smoke will completely nullify Crucial's efforts, and all he can either do is run through or just take the grenade and make his way towards Ruins. He'll opt for the latter. And the bomb's going to be planted here. Spinks up against it, but dupreeh on that hot flank once again. He's going to be a nuisance here.
Looks like they want to give this one a go. Max is going to try and creep in through the smoke.
You got to.
Oh, they found him. They've caught him. Apex trying to drop off the ledge silently. The smoke had already faded, and dupreeh now needs to make it quickly to help on Spinks. Currently on his momentum right now, but not for long, as dupreeh in the back executes 2 clinical stuff onto Kirby and Mighty Max, and it's just Crucial left alone to clutch. No kit. No hope. The flash is perfect. The kill is better, and that is 10-4 on the scoreboard. Beautiful stuff here from Vitality.
Yeah, really clinical half here. After losing the pistol, 3-0 down, they find themselves at 10-4. You can see where they've picked this map. Haven't really had to break a sweat since the gun round began. And to be fair to Endpoint, they've had some really close ones. Another great setup here, Chad. They had full banana control to get the first 2 kills, but this flashbang, they had to reload as well. Just put on the back foot. Spinks and Apex mopped them up. And dupreeh, there was maybe, if it was a few seconds later, it wouldn't have worked out for him, but it was time to perfection. Completely shuts the round down, and we get into the final round of this first half. Not the worst buy in the world, certainly winnable, but morale's going to be quite low here. You've got the MP9s and the pretty good utility. It's actually not too bad. There's a grenade over the top, doesn't connect.
Yeah, they're quite quick on this boiler control here, so they need to be very wary about this. Again, proactive play from the CT side. Now, they did the same thing top Banana. Last round as well, they tried to maintain this top mid control. At least keeping some information, because the B side of the map has been under a little bit of pressure here. And we know you can't play in the dark on a map like this, so the late Banana retake coming through. The Util well placed. ZywOo continuing to burn here. And oh, the smoke does eventually land. They've relinquished control of top Banana. And here we go, top mid. Smoke towards the long side. Everybody's ahead of this. Sentry over towards the porch. They're burning, and they're going to get away.
It's not looking great now. That Molotov really threw a spanner in the works for them. The opening kill going in favor of dupreeh once again. And Kiabi, does he stay? Oh, it's Mighty Max who stayed. So they saw one player fall back from the quad, but unfortunately, they're aware of the second.
Well, Kyobi's going to have to do an awful lot. On 27 points of health, they're coming from all different directions.
Can't really peek the quad either,
No,
can you?
not at all. He has to wait for them to make the footfall, and he has to step up and hope that the comps are late. And they're not. They're not at all. Spinks just denies. Looking to secure this 11-4 score.
Well, I would think it's completely secured at this point. They have no grenades, an MP9, and just 2 players up against 4. And Dupree dispatches at the final 2. A very convincing half there from the likes of Vitality. Endpoint winning the pistol. We thought they had a chance, Chad, but it seems that this series is falling out of their grasp. We'll see whether they can pick up the pieces in the second half after this very quick break.
Hey Future Pros, sometimes in CS you just want to get aggressive and take the fight straight to the enemy. I'll use this mid push from Astralis to demonstrate a reasonably good approach to get up in the faces of your foes on Inferno. It really helps if you're keeping track of the T's economy, as doing this against a fully bought T side will have varying results. This strategy requires 3 Future Pros, 2 HEs and an AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be the player who pushes deep into mid. As you make your way to mid, get your HE out and lob it down mid. This makes sure that if anyone does face you, then they will already have taken some damage. Make sure to push along the right side of the wall so you don't get killed by a T holding steps. Tuck yourself into this corner and listen for any noise or calls from your teammates. When Future Pro 3 has made some kind of contact towards T steps, this is your cue to peek out and hopefully get a free kill. After this contact, keep your head on a swivel, as multiple Ts could be about to flood out ult mid or T steps. Future Pro number 2. You will mostly be holding ult mid, but first throw this HE just as Future Pro 1 does. Once you have thrown your HE, it is possible for Ts to be close to you already from ult mid, so be ready for a fight. You can cycle between holding mid and ult mid depending on how the Ts are pushing. Be confident in your aim and quickly process any information you receive. Future Pro number 3, you'll be holding T steps from the top of mid with an AWP. Your role is to relay information to your team and act as support so your fellow Future Pros can't be singled out. And that's it. Going aggressive as a CT is always a risk, but if you and your lads are feeling dominant, this can be a great way to control the flow of a match. It could completely fail as well, and if it does, I don't want to hear anything in the comments. Get some DM in instead and keep improving.
All right. Welcome back to the sandy shores of the Mediterranean. We're here live in Malta for ESL Pro League Season 16, and you find us in a difficult position for the team of Endpoint. They're currently down 11-4 on the map pick of Vitality. Series point looks like it might be coming quite soon here. Chad, do you have any hope, any faith that Endpoint can bring this back to a competitive standpoint like they did on Vertigo?
I like the way that you've given me this opportunity here to build it up and really sell them back into the game.
Just want to see where you're at, that's
honestly,
all.
this one's done, but hang around for the good vibes and the hot takes, because the most recent one, Horse's name was Friday, said cereal with warm water is not bad at all. So it's quite the hot take.
It's hot water and a hot take.
Yeah.
I don't know about
this
that
game's
one.
lukewarm.
Have you tried cereal with water in general?
No, I'm not an animal. I'm a civilized human being drinking cow's milk.
It's making me feel quite sick even thinking about the warm water.
How's anyone even making that trade-off? But they're about to walk into a 3-man stack on the B bomb site. That's the second letter of the alphabet. Entry flash for Mighty Max here, but guess who's got 2 flashes of his own? It's Apex.
When they come, see the defense looking poised for a couple of kills here, but you have to say, Endpoint have actually broken through. The Glocks can do damage at close range, but it's Magus that we find in that first kill, and surely he gets taken down. Looking quite good for a pistol victory, 4 versus 3, but ZywOo, he's got his dual Berettas, no plan as of yet, and here's an old school P2000.
Okay, Apex, what do you got for us here? He's poised, he's ready. He knows that one has to be over towards Pool, so he can turn his attention elsewhere into the side. But look how far he's been able to creep in towards the back lines here. Rotation of his teammates. Sure, they're there, but Apex is the initiator, spotted, and he's going to get one kill. The second for Apex. ZywOo chimes in as well. How is this falling apart?
It's not over just yet. Kiabi inflicting damage, but there it is. Just fantastic work from Apex there. He's called everything. He's taken the information the moment. Crucial shot him from the pit as well. That's the moment his teammates come in, take him down, and he's able to get a double kill with the P2000. It's a bit more spammy than the USP. He manages to get 2 kills there. I don't know how he got the second kill, but definitely makes it work, and that's going to be 12-4, the bomb planted. And let's have a look at this again. You can see that's Joey shooting from the pit, and he doesn't quite connect and actually sets himself up a disaster. ZywOo gets him as soon as he unleashes fire. He had to get a quick kill there on Apex to stand a chance.
That's crazy. Like, that type of a... I can't believe it. Because that should never happen. The fact he got away with that is insane.
It's the one position they weren't really watching. Like, Crucial just had, like, one eye on it.
Up.
Yeah, they were way too defensive there, and it's not going to be the force buy into this. They've got the bomb down, so you're expecting them to be bringing out rifles into the next one. When you're the underdog, I normally do suggest that. But this is just a clean round going through the motions here, and we'll have Nerds in the 5-on-1. Nothing really to report.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And the fact that Apex is having a game like this, like 20 for 7 right now, he's doing his best ZywOo impression from map number 1.
Yeah.
He is just mauling them. And the reason I want to point him out, because you have Dupree on 16 kills, and then you got Spinks on 12, but Apex has just had so much impact in crucial rounds in this game. And it might not seem crucial when the scoreline's like this, but he had 2 back-to-back rounds early that were huge impact within that first half. He did the one where he dropped out balcony, had the 3K, and then he had the 2K clutch on the A side.
Sure, and that was the moment things started to spiral out of control, right? Because Endpoint had the pistol. They had the 3-1 lead. They had that round in the bag, and it was just Apex that cracked things open a couple of times, and everything spiraled out of control. And that's how we found ourselves here. Even without a strong ZywOo performance, it hasn't been required. They're still in a very strong position here, and not so much on the other side. After taking 2 rounds on the chin, 13-4 down, they do have the full buy as mentioned. AKs across the board. Just the MP9 for Spinks, but that could be absolutely fine, especially towards those sandbags where he's positioned right now. Crucial, spamming through the smoke. A bit of luck going in their favor for once.
Well, they'll take that.
Absolutely.
Now, as I mentioned before, in the Vitality versus Na'Vi game that went down over at Blast, Na'Vi on the T side were able to exploit the B bomb site quite easily with control. Now, this round started with Vitality having 3 individuals bolster the defense of the aforementioned side. It's an interesting smoke over towards long to segregate. So it denies vision, and then they combo that with the molly to clear out the trash side. So a little bit of a different way, but buys them a buffer of space to play behind here.
So, a man down. But still plenty of firepower here.
Yeah, they heard that.
Toward the A side. I'll be funneling back towards B, completely open at this point. You probably just save the weapons if the bomb goes down this quickly. They've taken a bit of a gamble stack, I suppose.
Well, they've cleared top mid. So if Dupree starts to hightail it now, he will get there to say the bomb's getting planted. But as you mentioned, that's probably the right call. They should save here. I know it sounds silly considering the scoreline, but it's the best decision they could possibly make.
Yeah, I think they will. So here comes the plant, and that should be a foregone conclusion. And there will be another M4 salvage, so 4 rifles to take into the next round. You took a bit of a gamble. It's called a gamble stack for a reason. You've lost that first pick. You're likely not going to win against a full execution there, so putting all their eggs in one proverbial basket doesn't work out for them. Save the weapons at the next round. It'd be foolish for Endpoint to go on the hunt, considering how low their money is right now after the full investment. So it's a pretty safe bet. It works in all facets, really.
And Zonic will be happy too.
He'll be happy. This is textbook.
This
Zonic.
is the one. Hey, boys, should we do 1 round to keep the coach happy? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Make sure we all get our gold star today.
Absolutely. Everyone loves one of those.
But the vibes do seem pretty high, right? We've seen all the players around. They're in a corridor of prac rooms.
Sure.
Everyone seems like they're in a pretty good mood.
Yeah, it's nice to see everyone back in real life once again, Chad. I know we've been out of the global situation for a while, but just seeing everyone in the sun, in our hometown, our backyard, you know, it's great to see.
We've been giving out recommendations.
Okay.
Somebody was looking for a Korean barbecue. I was like, I don't think there
are a couple of places I've not been personally, but I've ordered from them. The food was exceptional.
Okay.
I'll say that much.
All right.
I don't know about the dining in experience, but the food was great. It does exist in Malta.
I couldn't find them on the Google. I was like, let me have a quick look for you. Blade was asking about coffee.
Okay. And what did you give him?
I gave him Circus Coffee. They're a nice little chain around the island that they go to. They do a good... in Malta, it's very important you do a good iced coffee, right? Because it's quite warm here offered. So they do a good iced coffee there.
Quite warm is putting it lightly. It's exceptionally warm, I would say. I spend most of my days indoors. More of a night dweller.
Yeah, you get out in the mornings and the afternoons and evenings, right?
Yes.
You want to get the residual sun. You don't want the middle of the day sun, that's for sure.
Well then, here we go. 13-5, Endpoint with a clean one in the previous, but that was due to the full save commitment from Vitality after losing the first player. We go back to the dance of Banana, and Apex starts to open things up. Another smoke kill comes through, but Nuts has been fantastic at trading these kills out. Keeps it to a 4-4, but does take a bullet to the face. We'll be down to 10 HP, and still plenty of time to work with here as Kiabi starts to explore the prospects of the apartments here. He still has all his grenades, so that Lurk Smoke could come out. There's the first arch denial of the CTs. You can see Dupree loses a lot of information there, the Molotov towards Cubby.
It's very stifling, right? I don't mind that approach there. There must be a reason we don't see a lot of top teams do it, though. I know it denies the corner boost, but there's a different version of the boost.
Yeah, I guess that's your only option, so they're going to be used to pre-firing that position. Surreal completely capitalizes. So they've actually got a decent chance in this one. 4-on-3. Damage taken on 2 players, so not locked in by any stretch of the imagination.
And the clock shouldn't cause them any issues either. 45 seconds.
But you have got 2 players towards a pit, and what a couple of players they are. Magisk at one point, the Prince of Pit, I would say. Throughout his career, he's had some fantastic performances there. And we will see Zywoo, oh no, he's starting to light them up. That's a 3-man for sure, all day long. And the chance is squandered, Chad.
It never felt like that was in doubt, though, right? You're talking about Magisk, and I was like, oh, yeah, Zywoo's here too. And it's like, they're just going to mop them up together. So this is a 1-on-2 opportunity, or 1-on-3 comes 1-on-2 for Kirby.
Ah, it's a shame.
Doesn't get a chance, does he?
They did so well to get themselves in that position. Really nice kind of avant-garde execution towards Arch. That different smoke and Molotov combo. We haven't seen that before. The pre-fire, obviously very calculated, and doesn't work out for them. A little bit of lackluster finish, just walking around in towards the A side, mowed down from the headshot position. It's called that for a reason, I suppose. This man will just take your head off every peak you're making, and they're trying to trade it out, I get it, but like, it's a stall collapse at that point. As soon as the first player goes down, you've got the silenced M4, you're not exactly sure where he is, you're trying to re-peek, he's got so many advantages, ducking and weaving, and that's the first real entry point for Zywoo in this map as well. He hasn't really done much, so what a round it is to take.
But I really like this contrast, a map where Zywoo goes off and they win, and a map where Zywoo hasn't had to go off and they still win. That's a nice contrast for them to have right now.
Yep.
And we are headed for that collision course of a 16 to whatever victory here in a 2-0 fashion for Vitality. This is just a matter of time. I'm not going to say I'm going to eat a shoe or put my house on it, but I strongly believe that is where we're heading. We don't need any of those forfeits.
We're trying to avoid that silly business this season if possible.
So they're going to get the silent boost up in towards Boiler.
Retake utility to try and establish the banana control.
It's all these little details that we're talking about right now that are the coolest things about Counter-Strike.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know, everyone having this pinpoint perfect utility, the understanding of when to use it, the knowledge of, all right, if I spam this wall for the halls push, we do a silent. You know, that's the thing that is great about Counter-Strike.
Nuts has to give his position up, and he is mowed down by design. You can see the smoke already behind him. They're trying to lock down that locked position. Perfectly played there. Advantage in more ways than one here, and a full commitment towards the apartment. Zywoo once again spraying them down. Good shot from Kiabi, but still has to deal with Magisk, as we mentioned. No stranger to this pit position, and it's a beautiful sequence there, Chad. Nice and controlled, nothing too flashy, just getting the job done in the most efficient way possible.
Interesting as well, they opting to keep Zywoo there as more of the anchor play. In the early days, since we had the Magisk and Dupree addition to this team, they kind of just kept the Danes on their own, right? And now I think that it's a bit more of an international mix with the addition of Spinks. They've kind of been slowly changing things up as everybody's getting a bit more comfortable with each other. But we've gotten pretty comfortable here as a couple of Deagles, A Tech-9 and a Galil walk into round number 21 as the run boost, the AWP, it's finally out to play, and that sound means only one thing. Spinks barreling down Banana, they've got full control, 4 more kills to find. Yeah, I think we might be done here, ladies and gents. Not quite the comeback we were looking for from Endpoint. They managed to really give us quite the exciting game on Vertigo, but there's still a lot of games to be played. The round-robin format, sure. Endpoint going up against Vitality, it's about the result you'd expect. The fact they made it so close in the first map, I dare say maybe they went beyond expectations there. Yeah. But they're here to upset other teams in this group, not necessarily Vitality. Exactly. That framing we had for the Spirit game, Endpoint are even more in that boat, I would say. Sure. Here we go. And there we go. Yeah, that might be all she wrote, I'm afraid. 4 versus 3, crucial down to just 10 points of health. They do know Majors is in a little bit of a compromised position, and ZywOo, a rare miss, and that's one you'd expect him to put to bed. And he takes a bullet to the head instead. Ooh. And we'll see a chance for the bomb to go down. Okay, well, 3-on-2 situation time. Yeah, it's there. They need to get that plant down. That nade doesn't quite land, so 7 HP remaining now for Crucial. They're both into the site. Going to get the bomb down. The molly, it's going to spread. It's unfortunately not hitting the toes of Crucial here. Very lucky to be alive, but still under the pump. The pressure mounting now. And Apex, another kill through the smoke. He just continues to do damage through the boards, through the smoke. Can't see a single thing, and he's had a whole lot of impact here, but Surreal looking to do exactly that. Grabs the first, still 2 more to find on either angle. 180 degrees required. Spinks will get the kill, the defuse will come through. And what a great showing here from Vitality. A 2-0 start for them, and a great game from Apex. 23 kills in total. The in-game leader, he's here to play. He absolutely is, and that's much more like it. And as you mentioned as well, not requiring ZywOo to absolutely go off to have a clinical victory here. Apex leading the charge, and I dare say the rest of the team chiming in where they had to as well. Unfortunate for Endpoint, we don't get to see the most of them on Inferno, but still, keep your heads held high. It's your first showing here. More and more to show as the tournament goes.